Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and my side of the mother effing YouTubes. I hope everyone's having a good Thursday. Um, I'm having a really bad day. It's just one of those days. I'm just going through a lot and I'm working through that. But anyway, I wanted to share what I found. I know this is probably old news, but this is a now deleted live that I wanted to react to. I was told that to buckle up because this live, she makes a lot of claims and it's really bad. So this is a compilation of the live streams that potentially caused Katie Joy, Without a Crystal Ball lawsuit from 7M. I think a lot of this is part of the reason, all the claims that she had made. And this is coming directly from her, directly on a deleted live that she stated to the entire world on Instagram. So don't come at me. I do not, like how she makes claims about people that are really steep without any evidence and claiming she has talked to this, that, and the other. And she blows smoke. It seems like she blows smoke up our ass constantly and makes it sound like she knows what she's talking about when she actually doesn't. I'm sticking to the facts, the things that she says, and I'm putting myself in the person's shoes that she's talking about. And how I would feel if that was me on the other receiving end of her wrath. Okay. I'm not, I'm not a fan. I don't support KJ, but I'm doing my 100% best. I will not bash her. I won't allow, comments that are calling her names, bashing, things like that. We're better than that. So come on, y'all. Let's just be better than that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to react to this live and stream it instead of recording a video and editing it. I'm just not in the mood right now to edit. I have been working on the computer all day, so I am kind of tired, and tired of doing software stuff. So I'm just wanna stream this. So yeah, here we go. Buckle up, y'all. This is gonna be crazy. Let's roll.
Feeling a little sassy, irritated, and ready to share with you some.
I'm feeling saucy, sassy, and irritated myself, girl. So I guess we both gonna be saucy, sassy, and irritated tonight. Let's go.
Details. First of all, if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, when am I going to get back to the Duggars in reality television? When this group stops. So yes, my Snoop shirt. I feel like I'm totally in my pajamas right now. So tonight I want to share with you some information. You know, it's weird because the Shins have been smearing me and like acting like I'm the Antichrist and I'm the worst one and I'm so mean and I'm lying and I'm a horrible mom and I'm a bad.
They were calling you out for things that you were saying about them, but go off. Maybe there's something I missed, possibly.
Person. But I can assure you that at no time in my life have I ever sent an email to a woman that is my mentee, who I am assigned to be their spiritual guider, and derail them and degrade them. And the emails that Hannah is sending to these women is so disgusting. If you can imagine Miranda, Kendra, Alex getting these kinds of emails daily, This is the message that they're hearing. This is what they're seeing every time they speak to a church leader. I wanted to show you this specifically because I want to show you how they scare people. This is a simple email that is sent out to members for Christmas. This was sent in 2017. And she,
yeah, why are you showing old things? That's what KJ does a lot. She shows things that are not relevant, are old as hell, and makes up claims along the way. Like, I swear she pulls some of this stuff out of her rear end.
She says, as always, it is a privilege to serve with you all day until the day of our rapture. Until the day of our rapture, we are stronger together. It's not until the day that of our rapture, believing that life is going to end with rapture, not that we will, but that the world is coming to an end and that we must prepare for doomsday. This is a doomsday cult. This is from Hannah Grace Shin in 2017.
Yeah,
until
Katie,
the
we're
day
just
of our
along for the
rapture.
ride, listening to you, since you're always
There
right.
is this sent to someone who is not obeying. Sent to someone.
What happened? Oh, goodness. No, go back. What in the actual? Why is YouTube doing me like this? Oh, no. We'll just go to... Okay, we'll go back. Sorry, y'all. My bad. And there's an ad. I should have pulled it up on YouTube Premium. I have a YouTube Premium account.
To someone who's being disobedient, rebellious. And she says, you surprise me with your evals, just so detailed. To put it simply, you need to simplify your life in words, thoughts, possessions, in every area. Of course, if you're thinking this way, then continue to report it as you think. Yet eventually, I want to see your thoughts, life simplified and under restriction. I want to see your life under restriction. So you have to report every one of your thoughts and feelings to her so that she can use it to hurt you and to shame you. Some of your details.
These are some pretty bold claims to make about someone. I don't understand what her logic is and she sit here and acts like she is such a nice person and she actually cares about people. That is hilarious. You are not.
Detailed, sometimes complicated ways can be very useful when it comes to business and things you need to operate in this world.
She doesn't.
Yet with the things of God, it's a huge hindrance. Her
issue is she doesn't know how to stay the hell offline and shut up. You have the right to remain silent, and I suggest that you start using it, because you not remaining silent has been getting you in trouble. Making accusations, can't talk, been talking all day, sorry. Making bold criminal accusations against someone and not backing it up with receipts. Oh, I'm going to do it in court. But this is what gets you in trouble, see? You shouldn't even be saying anything about it. But go off.
These messages from her weekly. It will lead you into numerous rabbit holes and spin your mind until round and round until you're too tired to do anything else. This is not how you conserve your energy for the more important things. We will attack this year. What I need from you is your continued effort to let go and obey. Let go and obey. You don't need to understand anything.
She doesn't like those words.
You just need to do it. Once an
By the way, thanks to Rock-A-Lot and Janet being Janet, this is where I am getting this from. They are available on Janet being Janet's channel, and Rock-A-Lot has his own commentary on this situation, and I watched his channel, and I freaking loved it. So that's where I got the inspo from. I will be dropping their links below for credit because this is on them.
Instruction is given, it doesn't just stop there. Sometimes there are many back and forth communications to clarify and find out how to carry out the task. If you're uncertain, you can always ask. Can we talk about how confusing that is? Let go and obey. Don't think about it, but you can ask questions. She's intentionally trying to confuse this woman to think like, okay, you have to obey, but then you can ask questions. But really, you have to obey. There will be moments I will change my mind and my instruction because of the climate changes. This could change at a moment's notice. Go left tomorrow. If I say go left tomorrow and I say go right, then you go right. I don't understand why you would waste your time thinking about what I said yesterday, about what I said today. What's the issue here? This is not complicated. You are making it complicated. Narrow down your thought patterns. They are all over the place. You must build a proper frame in your mind and then operate within those boundaries. You are not allowed to cross boundaries that you are not authorized. You are not allowed to cross boundaries that you are not authorized. This is not your place to judge anyone. First of all, you are not God, but Robert is. So first of all, let me just say here, Hannah, you are a 43-year-old woman.
Okay, so she is reacting to one of the, I'm assuming, I think it's the Pastors and 7M production manager or team member on YouTube, and he is also a pastor. I think this is his wife that we're talking about, or someone that's affiliated, and she is really upset about a post that they had made about religion and obeying and things on Instagram, just to kind of clarify. And she is about to go off about how she's a 43-year-old woman telling people to obey, blah, woody, woody, woo, what. She's going to start going off and making crazy claims. There's nothing wrong with commentary, okay? But when you start making claims about people that you don't know are true and are defamatory and can be harmful to someone's reputation and to them, then you overstepped and came out of pocket, period. And she says, I'm not about the drama. Girl, you start the drama. You are the drama.
Who has no business.
At least admit it, girl, please. We all see you.
Business telling anyone how to live their lives. Another is this: don't question your authority. Whatever they say goes. These kinds.
Yep, she about to go in on Hannah.
The boundaries must be reinforced and dealt with if disobeyed. Yes, we are soldiers, elite ones at that. So if you don't listen to me, you will be punished. This is how we battle and how we prepare. This is who we are. Now we make changes every chance we get because there is a lot of work to be done. This is aggressive. This is intimidating. This is manipulative.
And your response isn't aggressive, manipulative, and intimidating? Okay. Oops.
This is gaslighting. This is abuse. In no place in the Bible does it say that you are supposed to listen to Hannah Grace Shin. Now imagine.
Yeah, she watermarked someone else's post. You don't own that, girl. That is not your copyright. The hell?
Imagine you are a 25-year-old girl. You grew up in Michigan. Your parents gave you a really sweet life where they supported you and gave you everything that you needed and supported everything that you did. You never rebelled. You never had a moment where you were naughty or got in trouble or dated the wrong boy or had your like random freak out moment like a teen, you were a good girl. And all you wanted to do was please people. And then you fucking meet Hannah Shin and she tells you to just fucking obey her. Don't ask questions or face the consequences.
I thought you didn't like how Emily D. Baker cusses on her channel and says fuckery. But here you are, go off.
Who the fuck are you, Hannah?
And who the fuck are you, Katie Joy? Who in the actual fuck are you? This is the hypocritical shit that pisses me off about her. And this is why I do not support her and I don't like her. I am trying to be nice and unbiased. But she does not make it easy. Y'all, woo child.
To tell anyone what gives you the fucking right to tell anybody to obey you. What have you done in your life that qualifies you to tell a grown woman that if...
But you sure love to boss all your subscribers around and tell them who to go attack, but go off.
They don't obey you, they will face consequences. If any of you are questioning what the hell these girls are going through, this is what they're facing every fucking day. This is what they're fucking facing. This bullshit. This is traffic.
Okay, so she's about to get into some claims that it's trafficking, it's a cult. On another live, I seen her saying that you lie in bed with the cult if you have these court papers. The one I did the other day, the other live stream, check it out on my channel, where she was talking about them being a cult and all of us were laying in bed with the cult. I don't even know. I'm not even subscribed to that freaking channel, dude. I don't even, and all I had to do was go on the Minnesota fucking judicial website and it was right there. And guess what else is right there? Every other case that she has been involved in the state of Minnesota. Girl, please, bye. You act like people are stupid. You know how to get court documents. Do not act brand new.
This is coercion. This is manipulation. This is someone who was in your church for fucking years, Hannah, and you went off on her like this. And then
keep accusing people of trafficking and all kinds of crazy claims that you have zero fucking proof of. Go off.
And you tell them in other emails, it's such a pleasure to serve with you until the day of our rapture. To not make them forget that soon their day is coming and the end times are here. So you scare your members with the fear of fucking burning in hell.
With the fear of fucking burning in hell. I guess this is about only the beginning and we're only getting started. I think this is about to get worse. Buckle up, kiddies. I'm kidding, y'all ain't kiddies. Buckle up, motherfuckers. As we about to go on a crazy ride.
Hell. And then you tell them if they don't obey you, then what? What gives you the right? What gives you the right? Who the fuck are you? You're no one. You are no one. You are a woman.
But who are you right now? You're a so self-proclaimed journalist that literally goes real life with people, and you make claims against people that you have zero proof of, and you defame people allegedly for legal reasons and shit. Like, you can have a YouTube platform and a YouTube channel without being this problematic. You can have a YouTube channel and you can do commentary without defaming people allegedly and making claims about them. How many other YouTubers besides like Logan Paul has gotten this many fucking lawsuits, bro? Or Jake Paul? Like, seriously.
That has forged signatures on checks. You are a woman that...
But yet she bashed Emily D. Baker the other day because she cusses on her channel. Girl, bye.
Has coerced people to allow you to go into their bank accounts and pay and take money out of their bank accounts, you are not helping these people. And if you think for 1 second that it is not lost on me that this is not you writing this, you have another fucking thing coming. So you allow them to rest and are free to nap and socialize and create content. Do you know what creating content actually is for a social media influencer? Creating content is a full-time job. I create content. I put out content every single day. It's work. Creating content is not leisure. Dancing under lights with film, someone filming you and like having your hair done and professional like makeup on, that is not leisure. That is work. And then you're saying that they're not working for you while you're then uploading those videos onto your algorithm, and you're cheating the algorithm, because not only are you cheating the algorithm by cross-posting them on multiple pages, which is illegal, you're uploading.
Yeah. When was that illegal? That is a civil matter, actually. If someone has a problem with that, that's actually a civil matter, but okay.
Videos across multiple YouTube channels, which is a violation of YouTube. It's also not allowed on Instagram. And Isaiah's account cross posts everything that's already put out there. But on top of that, you're creating fake accounts to bump up the algorithm. So when Chloe wasn't taking off, you literally emailed,
girl, please. We all know you have stock accounts.
Your members and told them to create as many fake accounts as possible and comment and leave as many comments as possible. Keep your identity a secret. You're faking everything. All of this is fake.
I am so glad people are getting to see this side of her too, because KJ is rotten for this. She's rotten to the fucking core for this. And I don't proclaim to not cuss on my channel, okay? This is an 18 and up type of channel, okay? I'm not claiming to be a person that doesn't cuss. So I'm not a goody goody, but you sit there and claim that Emily is no good because she uses fuckery on her channel. Girl, you said fuck more times than I can count just now. The fuck?
You're creating fake accounts. Do you think your tactics of scaring your members with your legal, going after my parenting, shaming me because I had before marriage, shaming me because I'm bisexual, going after my son, do you think any of that
You know, if she did do that to her, that was not right either. Okay. I don't rock with that shit either. So if that is true, that's fucked up. You know, I'm not saying I agree with them or her, to be honest with you. But I believe in the American way of having the right to innocence before being, having to be proven guilty. Okay. I believe in someone not making claims against someone and bashing them and saying things that you don't know for 100% sure are fact or not on a public figure like yourself. And they're also humans like you, KJ. They put their pants on one leg at a fucking time in the morning. So I don't understand why you felt that this live was necessary, but I understand if you're frustrated, but venting on Instagram Live is not the way to do it, because this is the kind of shit that gets you in trouble. Period.
scares me, Hannah? No, because to me, Hannah, you're a no one. You don't scare me. I have members that I speak to, former members, every day. That's where this is coming from. We have emails times 100, times 1,000. We have everything. You are found out. Emails, audio, video, photographs, titles, real estate transactions, everything. We know about the double dipping and the illegal stuff you're doing in real estate, where you're doing escrow accounts when you're not supposed to.
Girl, you are saying all kinds of stuff, and you don't know if that is true or not. This is people's problem with you, G.
Do. In the state of California, it's not legal for the agent to also hold escrow and do mortgage, and yet you're doing all three and hiding behind fake
Girl,
alter egos when you're doing it. Your former workers know what you're doing.
You have
and they're
some
ready
audacity. You have the audacity, Mrs. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde,
to expose every last bit of it. They know about you going into their bank accounts and taking money to buy your luxury cars. They know about Robert and his. Multiple of them have told me about a young woman having to escape in the middle of a night because Robert wouldn't let her leave because she allegedly turned down his advances. She wouldn't have with him, so he put her like on restrictions and told her she couldn't go anywhere, took her car, took her phone, took everything, and she had to escape in the middle of the night because she felt like you guys were going to kill her. That's in court records, Hannah. How are you going to deny that? Are you going?
Whoa. You better have something to back this up.
To deny that woman's testimony? Who's Rojo? You wanted my receipts. They're giving me the receipts because they're mad. You pissed off so many people. I'm just the one that's reporting it.
You're just reporting it, or are you going to the authorities with, I mean, if you really had this much evidence against someone, I would never, ever, motherfucker, ever bring it to, I knocked stuff over, I'm getting mad, ever bring it to a YouTube live, an Instagram live, Facebook, or social media fucking period. I would be speaking with detectives and getting them help if that is the case. The way you're going about this is so fucked up.
The one reporting it. You're the one that hurt these people. They have all of the evidence to prove what you've done to them.
I thought you have thousands and hundreds of millions of emails. Or thousands, whatever. Hundreds. You said hundreds of thousands of emails. Because they're mad. You are just digging yourself. No wonder you deleted this. But go off.
They know that you haven't changed, and they know what you're doing today. Why have they waited so long to bring this out? You're going to victim shame women you're going to victim shame them for not speaking out sooner. I have listened to these women.
You always go after people that comment and question you. Anyone that questions anything you do, you straight up snap. You don't keep your cool. You're making some hefty claims about people. So people are going to be skeptical, especially when you contradict yourself about life-changing fucking claims you're making about these people.
Women cry, bawl their eyes out because they.
Why is this on fucking Instagram? Why aren't the police fucking involved? Why are we talking about this on social media if there is supposed evidence and supposed women that want to come forward? Why aren't the police involved? This doesn't belong on YouTube and Instagram, if so. This really is starting to irritate me. They were right when they said this gets bad.
They didn't believe that they could do anything at all. They didn't think anyone would believe them. They didn't think anyone would trust a word they said. You took people who were vulnerable, who had troubled backgrounds. You took kids who came from homes, who wanted security and wanted a place for a family, and you just stomped all over them. You screamed at them, you yelled at them, you demanded that they work for you, you took their money from their bank accounts, You exploited people with autism, with mental health issues, when people were having mental illness breakdowns. I was told by multiple sources that you guys would just lock them in rooms.
Whoa. Criminal confinement. There is so much crimes that Katie Joy has alleged in the last last minute and a half, that I don't understand why this was made known on YouTube or on Instagram or any social media platform, and the police are not fucking involved. Why do you think people are snapping in the comments? Like, this is some vindictive, spiteful stuff if this is false. And this is hefty claims to make against someone. This is not something you should just say willy-nilly about people.
And let them scream. You don't allow them to go to the doctor. What about the woman that almost...
If this is true, this needs to be taken care of criminally. That's horrible if that is true. I have no words right now. I seriously don't.
She was pregnant because you wouldn't allow her to go to the doctor. What about the woman who had was vomiting so severely that she saved her life by going to the doctor and getting on an IV and antibiotics? But under the advice of the church, she would have. What about the husband what about Catherine's husband who committed suicide? Catherine's husband wanted her out. He wanted the kids out. He didn't want them in Shekinah. He was so depressed. All he wanted was his family back, but they were so sucked in, and he got so depressed that he ended his life. What about Thomas? Gigi, I blocked you. This is a receipt. All the court records are receipts. All of it. These are B-Dash's own words saying that they control his bookings and finances. Those are B-Dash's words. Jojo, we're working on it. We're doing everything we can to get the police involved, to get the FBI involved, to get someone in the authority world to take this seriously. This is a judge. Shekinah Church required virtually...
If there are women coming forward, supposedly, they need to report it. This shouldn't have been on social media. What if this was your kids? What if this was your sister? What if this was your mother?
Absolute obedience. And I also think the evidence showed that the Shekinah Church required most of the members to give up their free will. Thank you, Jojo. I love you, Jojo. I love your Instagram gives me life. If you aren't following Jojo Gomez, she is the antithesis of everything that's not Shekinah Church. She's like exudes positivity and body, like she's body positive. She's not shaming women to be stick thin. She owns who she is. This is not a religious nonprofit organization. It's not, but a secular for-profit company who have faith in God. It is their job to manage, control our bookings or schedules. Control. Everyone who knows B-Dash and knows James knows that he didn't write this, Hannah. We know it's you or Shirley that drafted this and Robert signed off on it. Everyone that knows you guys knows that this is not from B-Dash. All of B-Dash's friends know that he did not write this. Everyone knows that these dancers are being lied to, threatened, intimidated. B-Dash is James. They aren't... There's no like cult division. I'm sorry. The problem with the lawsuit with Lydia was exactly that. They said that there was coercion. They said there was manipulation.
Okay. So she alleged that B-Dash did not write that tweet, which, I mean, is not impossible, but that's not proven either. So, I mean, it's all right to think things, you know, and have suspicion, but, or an alleged, you know, thought, okay, is different than making fucking all balls to the wall allegations.
Manipulation. They said that Robert was behaving inappropriately. They said that the way that he treated members was not appropriate, but they didn't want to get in the middle of it because if they...
Okay, if this is true, that's horrible. But again, that is a really hefty claim to make against someone who is a Christian just because they are a Christian management company. I'm not saying that certain religious groups are not crooked, okay? Which I know they are a lot out there, all right? And I know the Duggars is one of them. But, you know, they have really weird and non-ethical, in my opinion, beliefs, and that is not something I believe. I am very libertarian, Green Party in the back, really not a left or right type person politically. And I believe everyone should just have the right to do whatever the fuck they want to do within the law, within reasoning, according to the Constitution of the United States, and be an American. You know, I have some conservative beliefs, and I have a lot more liberal, whatever quote unquote liberal beliefs. I mean, it's just human rights. I believe in human rights to do and love who you love and be who you are on your own. But I'm not going to, and I love God, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and be like all Christian groups are fucking terrible, because they're not. Is that what I'm part of? No. But I don't see anything wrong with that, though. If this is not happening, you know, like if this is happening, it's terrible. But at the same time, these are hefty claims to make without proof. I want to see, I have more questions. I want to see evidence. Until then, I'm sitting in the back.
Dictated what someone donated to the church, then every church member out there could sue their church saying they didn't want to tithe and they were coerced. Except in the case of Lydia, she was coerced, she was manipulated, she was... I mean, the judge said that what they did to Lydia was horrible. They found Lydia more credible than Robert. I am working with a team. We are working to get this out to the wider public. It's going to take time. Promise you it's coming. I just can't tell you about it yet. The reason why I'm not giving up on this is because of that. I have an entire team behind me. We want justice for Lydia. We want justice for all of the victims. We want justice for the women that Lydia's own attorney pointed out in court that if he was a business owner and his employees, he would have been held responsible. If Mr. Shin, his employees, like he harassed the female members of church, he would be held liable under the state laws of California. Just because it's a religious corporation and not just a regular corporation, the law is not really any different. You can't take that conduct and hide it behind the First Amendment. We're in a different time than 2009 and 10 when Lydia went to court. We're post Me Too. The courts are a lot more sympathetic to victims of... I mean, Robert, I haven't even brought up your immigration fraud. What about all the green cards and the green card marriages? And then using those marriages...
Whoa. Green cards and green card marriages? Girl.
Forcing people into these marriages and then using that over their heads to intimidate them so they don't turn you...
Whoa. Those are some even more motherfucking hefty claims to make against someone.
You into the police. What about your daughter's green card marriage? What about the forced marriages?
The now going after the daughter? What does his daughter have to do with this? Don't bring up people's kids. Who are you? I know I'm nobody. I'm nobody on YouTube anyway. I am a beautiful and amazing woman, Latina person of color, and a daughter of an immigrant. And don't go after people's kids. That's horrible. I would never. I know I'm nobody on YouTube and I know I'm not shit, but I know I'm a good person. I'm a great human. I respect people. I don't go after people's kids and I don't make hefty claims against people I don't have fucking evidence of. And especially if you do have something like this, the police, you shouldn't be on social media fucking blaring it all about it. You should be talking with police and you should be doing so until you get something done. Making claims, if you want to help someone, making claims like this is not going to help. Even if you were going to use social media to get the word out, this isn't the way to do it.
Using people who are vulnerable, who are immigrants, and then using that over their head. No, Khloe needed a green card. You wanted Khloe to be the next big thing, and it didn't work. You wanted Daniel to be the next thing. It didn't work. Now it's Isaiah. Do Khloe and Daniel need to be reported to immigration for falsifying their marriage records? You know, it's also a crime to orchestrate.
You got some balls, girl.
These types of marriages, Robert. I truly don't feel like the people that were forced into these situations should be penalized. Like, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think the person that got the green card or even the person that was forced to marry them should be held responsible. I feel like the person that's forcing it should be the one that's held responsible. And why is it on the day that you knew Kelly and Dean were going to be in town, did you suddenly and abruptly send Miranda and James off on like some event? We know you create fake accounts. We have proof. We have hundreds of emails. We have videos. We have audio. You're not going to sue anyone. If you sue me, everything comes out. And that's not a threat. That's just literally the truth. And you don't want that because the people that I'm talking to aren't lying. The court records aren't lying. And this isn't North Korea. I've been struggling with this part of it so hard.
So you're pretty much are telling them to sue you. You're pretty much begging them to do this. You pretty much trolled them to do it, and they did.
Guys, and I just want to be honest. The victims I speak to are Korean, and some of them are immigrants. And for a lot of them, it reminds them of home and how North Korea treats their people.
So now she's saying that there is North Korean immigrants involved and mentioning Kim Jong-un shortly. I did hear that snippet somewhere.
And they've said that it's like he's emulating Kim Jong-un. He's taken what Kim Jong-un does and he's applied it to this. And I'm not going back to that. You have people that have...
Now you're calling him a dictator. All right.
Come from really difficult backgrounds and know the oppressiveness of Korea. And you're like replicating that here for them.
Yeah, they do have it hard in North Korea. They absolutely do. But I have zero words right now.
Through the same fear tactics. And you know that they're scared of that. You know that these immigrants from Korea are scared of that. That's like, I've learned a lot about Korea in the last few weeks. I'll say that. These people are strong. Tell everyone how you bought your Bentley, Robert. Show everyone where you got the money for your Bentley. Oh, wait, we know where it came from. I don't know why Shirley, as a lawyer, you would want to be involved in this. You're going to lose your license. You're going to get disbarred for this. Why you would risk your livelihood and your life?
That's a strong claim. You're going to be disbarred from the Bar Association for defending a defendant. Mm, I don't know. I don't think so. That's pretty bold. That's pretty bold to say. Um, but I digress. Let's proceed.
And your profession for this man makes me so confused. She didn't lose and didn't show up at court. Who are you, April? Okay, Hannah. Okay, Hannah, why'd you send this? Why'd you send this in 2017? This was not a decade ago. This was 5 years ago. This was December of 2019, the day of our rapture. You know what's really sad for Lydia? All of the evidence was against Catherine. And you know what Catherine did in the middle of the lawsuit, like a coward? She filed for bankruptcy because she knew if she filed for bankruptcy, the lawsuit would go nowhere. All the evidence.
Filing bankruptcy has nothing to fucking do with what a lawsuit will do or not do, or it won't be affected. They can still garnish wages. You can still sue and win. So even if someone files bankruptcy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was so overwhelming against Catherine. Even the judge said that. But because she was no longer a defendant, because of the bankruptcy, there was nothing the court could do. She could testify, but they couldn't make a judgment because she wasn't the defendant. So you make her file for bankruptcy right before it goes to trial. The judge said there was a preponderance of evidence against Catherine. It was damning. They did win the lawsuit. It was on a technicality. Catherine was out because of the bankruptcy and First Amendment. The judge did not want to intervene on church affairs. Catherine Yee, his sister. I knew the day I met you, women in tuition, baby doll, you were all washed up. It is stupid how bankruptcy will stop a trial. Let me see if I can find it. Miss Yee, I thought she made a good appearance. But the weight of the evidence certainly was against her. And although there was some slight inconsistency with documentary evidence, which she testified to, I think the majority of the reason why the court would not necessarily believe her is the great weight of the evidence against her. That was a judge talking about Catherine Yee and why there was so much evidence against her. You know what's weird is though, like 4 church members have filed for bankruptcy.
Sometimes things happen and people are forced to file. Yeah.
It's like
sometimes bankruptcy happens. Sometimes money issues happen. It didn't have anything to do with you or any of that or whatever situation you're talking about. Sometimes shit just fucking happens.
Like he gets everyone else to do is like be his fall guy. The trial was in 2011, yep. And then the tax claim was in 2012. Michelle's probably like, Hannah. So, and are you really a successful businessman? In 2011, when Catherine filed for bankruptcy, you guys closed 4 of your businesses. You lost all of your money. You lost your cars, your assets. You didn't even have money to pay for the attorneys. You sent emails to
just putting people's business all out there.
Members and asked them to pay for your lawyer's fees when she sued you. That's how broke you were. He gave up his degree, his doctor's. When you can be a grifter and con people for money, would you rather be a good person? He doesn't let people go to the doctor. He believes he can heal them. So if any of these dancers have any sort of mental health issues or any medications that they need to sustain their lives, I would be afraid for them if I were their parent. Oh, he's drinking non-alcoholic wine.
Grape juice.
It's grape juice, basically. He doesn't drink. He just drinks like non-alcoholic wine. No, his medical license wasn't revoked. He's not going to be able to get relicensed. So in the state of California, he surrendered his license voluntarily. And after 5 years, you can't reapply. he would have to do a lot of work. He has not been licensed for over 20 years. He has not had an active license since 1994. He's not practiced medicine since 1994. He doesn't believe in medicine. Would you want to go to a medical doctor that thinks like he can cure you of everything through prayer and healing? No,
that's not my cup of tea. No, I don't prefer those type of doctors. However, I'm not knocking someone that does. Okay. If they want to go the holistic route or go a different route, then so be it. Who am I to judge someone? And who are you to judge what they are doing and what kind of doctors they see? No, that's not preferable with most people, but some people do.
Degree can't be revoked. They can't revoke a degree. He finished school. So you can't call yourself a doctor. It's different. Like, he finished medical school. I already explained this in another live. He finished.
He is a doctor. He's just not, either doesn't have an active license or isn't practicing. So that doesn't mean you're not a doctor, and that's not your acronym, because it is, and it always will be.
Medical school, yes. But he cannot legally call himself a doctor and hold himself out as a medical doctor, because he's not. It's false advertising, and it puts like a false sense of security in someone. So there's lots.
Has nothing to do with false sense of security. If you passed school and you went to med school and you passed that and you got your white coat as a doctor, as an MD or PhD, there's all kinds of doctors. PhD, there is master's degrees or doctorate degrees. If you have a doctorate, your acronym can be doctor. Period.
As in the state of California, it's like impersonating a police officer. Yes, he finished medical school. Yes, he has his MD, but he doesn't have a license to practice medicine anymore. He can't practice. He can't practice. He can't.
Doesn't mean his acronym isn't doctor still. When they have a doctorate degree, your acronym can always be DR. Okay?
Give medical advice. If he gives,
if he's practicing, no. I mean, if he's not licensed in things, no. But you're making some bold claims on this, girl. Ooh-wee.
Medical advice under the guise that he's a doctor, he's breaking the law. So if he is telling people to trust him because he's a doctor, and that he gives medical advice to the members because he's a doctor, he's actually breaking the law. You can't do that. He could be sued, yes. But then he prevents people from going to.
Yes, he could be sued, and you know all about it.
To get their own education. Doesn't let them watch TV. Doesn't let them go on the internet. They don't get to listen to music. They don't get to listen. They don't get to have a TV. Someone said Slavic doesn't have a TV on his wall because they can't watch TV. He tells them that they shouldn't watch TV because it has bad influences. He doesn't want them to have access to any outside influences. He doesn't want them to hear the truth about anything. So if you're wondering if they're seeing this, probably not. Will they ever see this? No. They'll hear about it from him. He'll lie about it. But they don't get to watch TV. What they read is highly monitored. He does. He says TV is secular. He says the news is secular. He's a huge conspiracy theorist. No, their phones are monitored. Their social media is monitored. Their emails are monitored. I mean, one of the members flat out told me that they hacked into her email and sent emails like her to people that she loved that were rude. And he doesn't want to have a lot of members because he can't control them, because really what he's doing is human trafficking. But he says he's.
That's a hefty, bold claim. So she's accusing them of human trafficking.
Not trafficking. Anytime you're coercing someone under the guise of power and influence, and taking away their rights and free will. That's kind of what human trafficking is. Maybe you're from, I don't know. I think some of them are actually from North Korea. Someone said one of them is.
I thought you spoke to them and you learned all about North Korea. Which one is it? You said you think you know, or you spoke with someone that is from North Korea and you've learned all about it, right? Girl, quit lying.
I don't know if it's Hannah or is him.
Someone's lying, girl, and it looks like you because you literally just said the opposite.
But they're using tactics that are from North Korea, and that's coming directly from Korean immigrants. Slavik and the money he raised, they said, is probably not going to Ukraine. Don't expect $1 of that to go to Ukraine. They said they think that has Robert all over it. Why is Miranda denying this? Because if she doesn't deny it, she'll probably get reamed out by Hannah, and she doesn't know she's in a cult. She's been given a script. Have you not watched her videos? She's literally reading from a script. She has a notebook she reads from. Where is it? And then every time I post something, they delete something. I mean, like, if you're not trying to hide.
Okay, Rock a Lot, I have to give you mad props on your editing, bruh. And the timing of what you put in here in these captions, they are priceless.
Anything, why are you deleting everything?
Oh no, this is not Rock a Lot. It's Janet being Janet. Sorry. Sorry. Tired. Janet being Janet, girl, you did an amazing job editing this. Oh my God. Love it. Love it.
Oh, I can't find it. None of them are going to know anything because they don't tell them anything. They don't get open lines.
Yeah, girl, you have no room to talk about deleting things. You deleted this live. What the fuck?
Of communication with their families. Like, what you and I think is normal is not normal for them. What is up is down for them. What's left is right. They don't know anything. They're like in an alternative universe. They don't have a PR person. They don't. Their PR person is Hannah or Shirley or Chloe. They're also extremely cheap and they don't want to spend money on things. The story is everywhere. Like, I don't know. It's everywhere. It's on Daily Mail TV. It's on Rolling Stone. It's on The Sun. It's on every outlet has covered this. It's everywhere. I don't like that they're using Kendra and Tight Eyes as people of color to look and act stereotypically like all the horrible stereotypes of Black people. They're like making them act out. And then they're all.
Yeah, you actually don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but go off.
Also using them as like the butt of jokes, which I think is deplorable. And then like acting like they did a skit yesterday where they're like, they have Aubrey acting like he's a thief. They aren't able to travel like by themselves. Miranda is never allowed to be alone, ever. She is monitored constantly. She has never spoken to her family without James there. All of the communication is initiated by James. I mean, that's what they told you in the live stream. They weren't lying. James is her minder. Someone sent me a message and said that I need to be sensitive to James because James is a victim and I don't have a right to defend his son. And I say, fuck that. I have the son's mom. I have Jaden's mom, who I talk to all the time, telling me that Jaden misses his dad, that James is a deadbeat dad, that James gave up everything to go and join another cult. You can be empathetic to him, but I'm not going to excuse a man from abandoning a child just because he's a victim of a cult. I'm sorry. You're a grown-ass adult. His son is 10 years old. I have a 9-year-old. I would never put myself in a situation like that. I would never put myself in a situation again where I'm again following a man who is who has a history of just like his previous leader. And it's not nuanced because he's Black. It's literally just the facts. It's not racist for Angie, Jaden's mom, to stand up for her son and say, my son deserves better than this. Jaden doesn't have a father. And while James is driving around in a Tesla, I think he's getting $500 a month in child support. So Robert said that they're paying more to the IRS than I make, which I think is hilarious because how does he know it's in my bank account? But you're making all that money and James can drive a Tesla and your child's getting $500 a month. You're stealing from Jaden. If you can afford a Tesla, which is like a $90,000 car, right? And Jaden gets $500 a month from you, Jaden deserves better than that. It doesn't matter if the Tesla was gifted to him. If the Tesla was gifted to him, it came from that money. You're missing the point. If it was gifted to him by the church, it doesn't matter. It was gifted to him, that a gift is still taxable. You have a car, James. Why aren't you going to see your son? You can drive to see your son, but you don't.
You're sitting here and bashing this guy and saying he doesn't pay enough, and you don't feel sorry for a man. Men in this country get berated enough. If a woman, you're just a feminist. I don't even want to call you what I want to call you. You're just being a feminist broad right now. Men go through it too. It's not just women, and women lie. So I'm not saying that that's this situation, but for you to sit here and bash that man because he got a Tesla given to him, what do you drive? Okay. How much, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's paying his child support, and I'm sure he goes above and beyond that when they want something. So let's not fucking pretend. I don't know the situation when it comes to that. If he's off in in the religious convent, I don't know if any of this is true. I know you saying that media outlets are reporting on it. I don't trust media outlets either when they come out and say things. It is allegations. But when allegations are brought against you, Katie Joy, you're gonna burn the whole motherfucking house down, huh?
Don't. You're missing out on Jaden's basketball games. You're missing out on all of his
Yeah, I wouldn't question his fucking parenting if I were you.
Like everything he does at school.
Because I know if you were doing this to fucking me, I would be suing your ass too. This is horrible to say about someone online. And if this is true, this shouldn't be talked about online or on any article or anywhere. This isn't the way that this needs to be fucking brought light to. These are allegations that have been made against someone, and you're taking everything like you were there, girl, and you fucking weren't.
School, all of his events, all of his recitals, all of his conferences. You wanted to be better than what you had, and yet you promised Angie that you weren't going.
Just like Johnny Depp has been being berated and treated like shit for fucking years because of an abuse of Amber Heard. But you ain't got the same energy for that. People are now on Johnny's side when they see the fucking truth. You're like, it's all gonna come out. Well, you're talking a big game. You're making big allegations online. Why not prove it all the way then? And why not leave it up if you have nothing to hide? Why did you delete this?
Going to let Jaden down, and that's what you've done. And you're following a man who abandoned his kids. The money that you paid for your Tesla should have gone to your son. While you're gallivanting around and drinking your shitty ass coffee and making your stupid videos, you are so lucky that Angela is a smart ass woman and a good mother, and that you are so lucky that Jaden has a stepfather that cares about him, and that Jaden's stepfather has stepped into his life in a way that you never would. And if you're Miranda, heart to heart, woman to woman, if he did it to Angela, he's gonna do it to you. You're 9 years difference in age. He's 30. What? James went after you for a reason, Miranda, and it wasn't because you were pretty. It's because no woman his age would put up with his shit. And what about you, Kendra? Why are you pretending to be married to a man who is already married to his first wife? Why are you pretending to be married to a man who abandoned his 4-year-old son? Why are you pretending?
Why is it any of your business to be getting into? The mother should be speaking out, not you.
Pretending to have a blissful relationship with a man who cheated.
Again, you're just doing this for attention, or because you're just being a fucking bitch that night and want to go on a rant. because you're upset about allegations. But when allegations come out about you, oh, it's a different story. Girl,
relentlessly
miss me with that bullshit.
On his first wife, on his second wife, and I'm sure as hell confident he's going to cheat on you.
Why don't you focus on your husband in the background who probably wants you to go to bed and shut the fuck up?
These men are victims, but they sought this group out for a reason. They wanted money. Miranda has zero chemistry with B-Dash. Miranda has more chemistry.
God bless your husband who sits there and listens to you hour after fucking hour, bitching to a fucking camera about something you have no business talking about and have no clue if it's actually all 100% factual. You claim that you learned so much about North Korea and talked to all these victims and have so much emails and evidence, but yet you say another second that you're not sure which one. Girl, please, miss me with your fucking bullshit and your lies. I smell fucking shit. I smell shit.
Chemistry with Slavic. The real couple, if I'm being honest, should be Slavic and Miranda. Those two actually look like they like each other. Who said I'm making this about race? Don't cheat on your wife. Don't abandon your kids. There's James's wife right there. Hi, Angela, ex-wife. There's Jaden's mom is in here. Jaden's mom is here. Jaden's not white. I don't know. I'm not going to share a photo of Jaden, but Jaden is definitely not white. He looks just like James. He literally he's like a mini James. He has like super curly hair. Yeah, he's Hispanic and black. So he's got like thick brown curly hair. Why would it matter if she was with Slavic or James? The point is she's with a man that she's not in love with, and James and Miranda's marriage was more than likely forced because that's what he does. He looks just like James. And Jaden is so lucky to have you, Angela. And he's very lucky to have your fiance. Like, if Angela was being smart, she would like literally sue for child support right now, which would open up all of the books, Robert. Wouldn't that be like the worst thing if like a child support case brought the whole cult down? Could you imagine if she sued for child support? They would audit all of his finances and they would see exactly how you're paying bills. You're stealing from children.
Come
the way
on.
that you're doing this. Jaden calls him dad. And does your fiance have 2 little girls? Yeah. That's an awesome idea, right? Do an audit of bank accounts for child support. He will file for bankruptcy. Well, that's the opposite of prosperity that Robert teaches. They don't take it lightly. So you have B-Dash, who's a victim, but he's also a father who abandoned his son, and he has a car, and he's like, I mean, you guys, come on. Imagine you're 10, it's your birthday, it's August 21st, and all you want is your dad to call you. Literally, the only thing that you want for your birthday is your dad to call you. And you think it would be so cool if your dad would like send you a message online, post something to you. And then you go check your dad's social media thinking maybe my dad sent me a message. And instead your dad posted his engagement video to a woman you barely know. And you had no clue that he was planning to get married to this woman. He didn't tell you. He didn't wish you a happy birthday. He posted the engagement video on your 10th birthday. That's like a memory that will never be forgotten. And
I don't know if this child's parents approves of her talking about this like this, but I'm just sick of hearing about how men aren't allowed to make mistakes, and if they do, they're pieces of shit. Mothers make mistakes. We all do. We're all human. Put our pants on one leg at a time. I don't know. I'm just not all for bashing someone right off the bat when allegations come out that I don't know are true or not. That feels wrong to me. So.
And then you talk to your dad and he just acts like it's no big deal. Like it's not a thing. And you ask him if he's married and he said he's been married for a while. And then your son sees this in the news right now and he sees all the attention you're getting, and he sees you going to the Super Bowl, and he sees you like in commercials, and he has a breakdown with his mom, and he says, I wish my dad cared more about me than he cared about money and fame.
Yeah, like this should not be, again, this shit shouldn't be on Instagram live. Like, if I was this mother that you were talking about, even though you were sticking up for me, I wouldn't fucking appreciate you putting my business on Instagram like this and making your own fucking assumptions and saying all these things. And I just wouldn't jive with this. Sorry.
So you're 10
It's almost over, guys. I think, let me see. Yeah, we got like 10 more
year old
minutes.
watching you from the background just wants his dad, and all you want is money. And you know what the Bible says? Money is the root of all evil. You're really going to shame Shannon? Well, the 10-year-old shouldn't be on social media. And if he's such a bad person, why would you want him in your son's life? Oh, Shannon, goodbye. If the only way that you get to see your dad is
We're not able to agree.
by going online, what are you going to do? Even every child wants their parents. Angela says, I let him on social media because he wanted to keep up with his dad's videos. It's very monitored. Exactly, Angela. Thank you. If the only way that your child gets to see their dad is through social media, so let's not victim shame here. Alexandra was a dancer for Janet Jackson. I actually took some screenshots and I actually took some videos. And I'm like, I feel really sad that her life has come to this because she didn't need 7M. She is so talented.
And I'm not gonna let y'all.
That's her.
Yeah, you can't play this on YouTube.
Because it's like
it's the end of the performance.
there she is, right there, down. That's her.
Yeah, it's cut out. Yep, this would get claimed on YouTube. So Instagram's a little different. They don't care about music or Facebook.
That's her in a Janet Jackson video. This is a woman that didn't need 7M. And you know what makes me really sad is this is her new video right now with Miranda. And it's so irritating to me because it's like she was in a Janet video and now she's dancing to a Janet song, sitting in a chair directed by Isaiah Shin. Like, you literally were on tour with Janet for years.
So yeah, it's all of that is sad. Like all those claims, not cool. I don't know, just rubs me the wrong way. And if it's true, that's horrible. And I, of course, obviously, do not condone that shit. But I just can't just go on ahead and believe everything everyone says in the media without seeing proof and hearing the evidence. I like proof, and if I don't have that, then it's sus to me, period. Because I know how it feels to be lied on when you're truthfully not doing something. So, yeah. And I believe all humans can be victims. He's, theys, and she's, and non binary friends. Abuse happens across the board, not just women. Men get the shitty end of the stick and get really shitted on in America. So be kind, everyone. Don't be like Katie. Please stay blessed. Please be a good person and try and make someone smile today instead of gossiping about someone or making claims against someone or saying all kinds of horrible things and making horrible claims about someone just because of what you read online. All right, I'm out.